Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Always great to have Greg Kelser with us. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Tom.
Appreciate it. Now, you need to know, viewers, that Greg has been muzzled a little bit by the NBA and by the Pistons, and there's certain stuff he can't talk about with the lockout and any labor situation, so it's not like we're dancing around the issues. He just can't really talk about it. But give me your thoughts on what we've seen from the Pistons and what you can talk about with the new ownership, with the players that they brought in. I think that there is reason to be optimistic if these guys get back to work.
Well, I think so. The Pistons have been in a state of limbo for the last year and a half, unable to really make moves and try to improve the roster. Anytime there's an impending sale, you pretty much have to stay status quo. But that is now over, and Joe Dumars can now really go after pursuing to make his roster better. I like the new ownership. Tom Gores, he seems like a very energized and serious owner, and he knows the legacy that he's following, and I think he does not want to let that down.
A lot of times you see players come in the second round, and they really have a hard time making the roster. Do you think Singler and Macklin are a little bit different, that they might have a better shot because of their pedigree, because of what they accomplished at the collegiate level? It seems like you got three guys who might really be able to make the team.
Yeah, I think so, and we've seen it before. I mean, Jonas Jerebko, in mid-second round a couple of years ago, did a fantastic job with the Pistons. I think a lot of time with second-round players, it's just opportunity that they need. And you may remember Jonas got his when Tayshaun Prince, the old Iron Man who never missed a game, had his bouts with injury that year and missed all those games. It was a perfect opportunity for Jonas to get in there as a second rounder, prove what he can do. And I think you might see the same thing with guys like Singler, and maybe not even need someone to get injured for that opportunity to surface.
Well, you're certainly keeping yourself busy this summer. I already had a chance to catch up with you at one of your camps where Mayor Bing showed up, which was a great thing for those kids. But you got 3 more weeks of camps coming up, and tell us a little bit about your goal each and every year. It's not just basketball with these kids.
Right. We've got a camp marathon coming up with 3 straight weeks starting tomorrow morning at Groves High School, and we still have availability if folks want to come over to Birmingham Groves. And then after that, we're at Grosse Pointe North, and then the following week, Grosse Pointe South. And boys and girls ages 7 to 17. And Tom, what we try to do, we try to make it a full experience. Basketball is important to me, but I also know the value of a sound education. And I believe that I'm here sitting with you right now and being able to do the things that I've done after basketball. The only reason why is because I had parents that instilled education. So all of my camps have a strong education component to that. We make sure the kids understand it is important while you're working on your game to exercise your mind. And we do exercises during the course of the day to make sure that that whole agenda is accomplished.
Now, I'm sure you've been doing this long enough now that you've got some success stories and parents who probably come back to you and say, hey, it worked. That's got to be very rewarding.
There are a lot of parents who bring their kids to these camps for that matter. The basketball isn't necessarily important to them, but basketball is the lure. You need something to kind of reel them in. But once we get them there, it's our responsibility to make sure that we bring everything into focus and try to make them understand it. And for a lot of kids, it's just the same thing that they're hearing at home, just from a different voice, and sometimes it resonates.
Well, you got 3 weeks to get caught up with Greg Kelser's camps. Groves starting tomorrow, then Grosse Pointe North, then Grosse Pointe South.
Right.
Thank you very much for being here.
Thank
Hope
you.
you get back to work in October with the Pistons.
Let's hope
Everyone
so.
wants
I got
to see
my
those
fingers
guys
crossed.
on the court.